I agree. No, I agree with you. Obama, everything's going to be okay. Back in a minute. Now back with our guests, Damon Vickers and Brian Doherty. I want to go to sovereignty, because this is what's playing out now in Europe. And the reason why we're talking about Europe is because we've got to learn from the lessons. That thing is a powder keg and about to melt down. Greece is collapsing, and the EU announced, I think it was this week or last week, that there is no such thing as state sovereignty. There's no pulling out. This is it. You're in the EU, period. You do what we say. That's not going to sit well with a lot of people over in Europe that didn't really want to get into the EU in the first place, and now they can't find themselves getting out. When you have a big government, we were talking about it in the break, coming down with a fist, do you see a possibility of, as in Greece, nationalist socialist movement, which was originally in Germany, the National Socialist was the Nazi party. Do you see that extreme nationalism kicking in?
Do I see?
Not here, yeah. But yeah.
I hope not, but historically we've seen that is something that arises from a government that tries to do too much, which is why I really try to stress it's a very dangerous game that any government plays when it messes with its currency, when it messes with its debt load to the degree that things get that bad. They are flirting with the possibility of some really ugly stuff, and I don't want to discount its possibility, but I hope not, let's say that.
So how do we avoid that? Here, how do we avoid, what can we do today besides just cleaning out our own life? What should we be doing today?
We should not be assuming or taking on any more debt. You've got to.
What about the stimulus packages and all this? They'll say if you stop spending this money, well then the whole economy stops. I think that's good to reboot the system.
I would vote. I would pull the lever that says reboot.
You would? You would too?
Yeah, because as I was saying earlier, because I think that in the end, and maybe a long end, it will end up being okay. We still have the resources, abilities, skills, will, freedom. Right, exactly.
You know what I feel like? I feel like we're on the Titanic and it's the White Star Line, and everybody's worried about saving the damn boat. It's the people. We can build another boat. Get the people in life rafts. Roll up that Constitution, put it in your pocket, and get into a life raft. It's going to be awful. We're going to be cold. Some of us will, die, but it's not the boat. It's not the White Star Line.
It's mostly, Damon might disagree, but what we're mostly facing is a crisis of finance, a crisis of debt, a crisis of currency. Those things are tools.
Trust.
Are tools for the orderly transfer of the real wealth of the world. They're not the real wealth of the world. And, Germany lived through, hyperinflations are horrible. I'm taking a real long-term view here, because I get a little distressed when people think that we're facing the end of civilized life entirely. You can even live through a horrible hyperinflation. It's going to be horribly unpleasant. Lots of people lose a lot. Human life and human civilization will go on, but it's really dangerous, and that fascism thing you mentioned is the thing we have to keep our eye on the most. That the solutions people look for are not a strong man who will control more. Strong men controlling more is what got us here.
Okay, hold on. I've got to take a break.
We're going to
hold that thought. Back in a second. Back now with Damon Vickers and Brian Doherty. We're talking about what's happening in Europe, what we can learn from Europe. We see the budget deficit here as a percentage of GDP. I mean, the United States is right in there, but Spain is failing, Ireland is failing, Portugal, Greece, Italy failing. I mean, have you ever tried to mail a letter in Italy? You might as well forget it. You might as well start sending smoke signals. It's a country that doesn't make any sense to me, but good food. You were saying, Brian, a few minutes ago, that this is really the problem is a deficit, of money. We have a problem. We have a money issue. I disagree, and I think I saw you nod your head. I think we have our biggest problem is a deficit of trust. It's greed and it's lies. That's what it is. If we correct the people, if people come back to just be decent. I don't need to lie. I don't need to cheat. I don't need to steal.
These answers have to come from the people. It's not the government. The government is not going to solve our problems. We can't expect the government to be anything other, not in Greece, not in Ireland, not in Portugal, and not in the United States. We cannot expect the government to be anything other than a growing tumor that will inevitably consume
so you guys
the entire host.
You guys, I think, you're a little more optimistic.
I don't think we disagree that much. I'm just maybe more hopeful.
Sure. I'm hopeful too in the end. I just think we have to go through a rebooting system.
Yeah.
Let me ask you for these final thoughts here. And don't talk to me about the macro. Talk to me about the micro. What does the average person do? Now you have this information. What do you do about it? The average person.
Maybe you should, this is maybe more of a Damon answer, but maybe you should get out of dollar-denominated assets. You should work hard. You should enjoy your life. You should find something you love doing that contributes to the well-being of the rest of the world. Do it. Find people who are willing to pay you for it. Take care of your own yard. Take care of your own family. And not embrace social solutions that require a bunch of people with a bunch of guns far away deciding that they're going to grab a lot of resources, redistribute it, and borrow and inflate to the point that your entire country's economic system collapses. Don't contribute to that. Take care of your own yard.
Damon?
The other side of a debt implosion, which is what we're in the process of realizing right now, is potentially even anarchy in a society. And so individuals and families have to have the foresight, that situational awareness, to perhaps consider, maybe having a farm, maybe growing your own food, maybe you need to take up arms if you haven't and learn to protect your family. The period that's emerging in front of us could be very, very scary.
He's spookier than I am.
You need to be prepared for it.
All right, good. Thank you, guys. We'll be back in just a second. America has always been a place that adapts and changes the world. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and know that we will be part of the world's solution, not its problems. From Los Angeles, good night, America.